Hey everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Bubbles in the Monkey Delicious Garage. Those are the words that came to my mind. How's it going?
That one wasn't rhyming there, Nick.
No, because I didn't think about it at all. I literally just came up with the first few words that came into my mouth.
See, now I know your secret.
Came
I have to think about
into
it
my mouth.
Your secret. I gotta think about it beforehand. See, I didn't know that.
Well, I think for like 10 seconds before I actually tell you I'm ready. It's not like I freaking go in my shower and I think about it for an hour.
I usually
think about those words. Though.
I think about poop scoopers like a week before.
I would
You're just
believe
always thinking about that.
So Austin's okay. In
I'm
case
okay.
you're wondering, he didn't die.
I'm not. I am not dead.
No, he's dead.
I'm dead.
All right, he's dead.
I'm fucking dead, dude.
But he's here anyway.
Yeah.
That's true. From beyond the grave, we're actually.
The barrier of living mortality has never stopped anyone before.
Yeah.
It's interesting predicament.
Predicament.
So I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone, and this game seems foreign to me now.
Yeah. I just beat Austin 2 times in Hearthstone.
Well, a lot of Hearthstone. Do you mean 2 games?
No,
Or
I've been playing
actually-
before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've been playing it over like a week. It's a very fun game.
It is.
It's fine. Not as good as GTA 5 though.
Yeah, I've been hearing.
GTA 5 is really fun.
It's not a very popular game, but I think it's gaining a little bit of momentum now that it's been released on PC.
Yeah,
Of
it's a little bit obscure, but you know, people.
I
seem
can't
to
believe
like
they
it.
went through with 5 of these damn games.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
Wow.
interest has been steadily waning for the entirety of the series.
Yeah, really. Nobody really likes it. After the first one, it was like, why even make more? You know.
Yeah.
But me?
I
I've been here fucking but 2 minutes, and it's already.
Yeah, but this
kicked
fucker
off.
he's gonna have like a million
One
Viscopa powers.
damage.
Yeah, but I don't gain it back. He does. Look at this. He's already at fucking 24.
All right. Well, who cares?
Who cares?
If I
I'm gonna
die from like, if I need 1 health to win, then I'm gonna be real mad.
Then we'll know. I should just like open up Hearthstone on an alternate tab and play both games at the same time.
Yeah, there you go.
We had talked about talking over the main menu screen of Magic while we all play Hearthstone on our iPhones.
I'm down with that. I'm up for that idea.
It'll-
I'm,
for a
I'm both
podcast.
down with that and up with that idea.
They should really add in 4-player Hearthstone, because
How would that even work though?
You'd have to
it works.
reconsole.
It works.
I
in this,
yeah, I guess
so.
this works, and this
Yeah.
this shouldn't work.
It's.
I mean,
but
it doesn't.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't really work. It's like imbalanced, but whatever. It's still fun.
Well,
That's true.
they'd have to add more shit to click on, obviously.
Yeah, that's
true.
They
So
would
we'd all
add
have
more
like a
things.
diamond eye we could knock out of a skull,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
That's a good point. That's an excellent.
shit
point.
like that.
Yeah,
It's a fantastic point.
that's a sound choice.
It's a sharp point.
That's a very sharp point. It's speary like.
Speary like?
Yeah,
or
it's
spear
like a spear. No, it's speary like.
Spear E like.
Yeah,
All right.
it's like a speary.
Spear E is the name of a rapper, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Spear E.
Yeah, he wrote I'm in love with the Coco, actually.
Yeah, his raps are on point.
They are. I
get
get
it.
it. I get it.
I'm out of here. That's all I got.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba, and then we bring him off with the hook.
Yeah.
Yep.
From Pudge.
The punch hook.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the hook brings you back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the rest of the words.
I can't handle you two today.
Why does my resolution look all weird? Like my
Why is my resolution all weird?
dude, how has the RZA not come out with a solo album called The
Called the
Resolution?
resolution.
It's like a thing you should have already done.
Yeah, seriously.
You
Come
should
on now.
send him a letter that's like, if you guarantee to give me $10 million, I'll tell you about this thing that you're gonna love.
There's an album title that you will die.
You will love it.
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 Oh, really? That's interesting.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
That's very
We
surprising,
need a
actually.
freaking Looney Tunes like fade out circle in effect every time you do that.
Circle in effect.
What do you call that when like it's like a transition, but it's just the the circle getting smaller?
They
It's a
have
circle jerk.
yeah, I believe it's called
yeah,
a
circle
circle
jerk.
jerk. But no, all
Got
those
it.
transitions have specific names, but nobody.
I have to open up,
doesn't matter. Yeah,
Say
exactly.
radial fade.
I think you're right, actually.
Yeah.
No,
About a
well,
ra-
it's not a fade; it's a transition.
A radial transition.
Yeah.
We were talking about radial some or others a few episodes ago.
Radial circle
Oh yeah,
jerk.
radial menus. They're the best.
Oh yeah. How the fuck do you remember that?
Because I love radial menus. They're the fucking great. You know what has a radial menu? Fucking GTA 5.
Fucking mine nuts.
Yeah.
Fucking Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft. They don't.
No,
Oh,
radial
I thought you
menus
were making
are
a
amazing.
Sherlock reference.
Was I?
It was Mycroft.
Minecraft.
I get you.
Is that what they call it in Germany? Minecraft?
Minecraft.
Oh, no.
Is that offensive?
Minecraft and craft and craft and craft.
I don't know why every time I play it like some kind of like FPS game with evil stuff, they've got to make the ultimate bad guy be a German dude that's like lost his mind.
And he's a scientist, of course.
He's always a scientist.
Yeah.
Like I understand the Nazi thing was a thing, but like, can we just not anymore?
Yeah.
It's a ring-a-ling-ding. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, 7 damage.
It's
I
like
don't
the
think
hook.
that'll hurt you very much. You're gonna get it all back right now.
He really is.
Least health of all.
Well, right now.
You're gonna get it back right now.
You probably are going to get it back right now.
I can tell you what else is gonna bring it back. The hook.
Mama? Oh, yeah, Pudge.
No.
Fresh meat!
That was interesting. Is this? Oh, wow.
Oh, all right. Goodbye, Austin.
Okay, I've had fun. Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's sad.
It's
It is
both
sad.
things, yeah.
Should be a new word for it, like true or to add.
Tad.
Bad wrong.
No, to
or
add.
badong.
Badong, yes. Killing is badong. It might be the best movie ever made.
It's
in
probably
history.
one of the worst movies ever made.
No.
But I love it, and that's what's important.
But see, just because you love it because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good.
I don't necessarily love it because it's bad.
What?
I love it because I thought it was really funny when I was a kid.
I still think it's funny. I went back and watched like a highlight video of it on YouTube, and I thought I was gonna like it at all. I laughed still. I had a great time.
I'd probably still laugh, yeah, if I watched the things, but
I was like, no, this is still funny. I get that it shouldn't be, but it is.
you're gonna sanguiner my blood.
Excuse me.
Why'd you do that?
What? What? Oh, sync when you.
Soon Austin will have over 20 health again.
No, he's gonna hit me with his raggin,
He doesn't have to.
badaggin.
No guarantees.
Oh, what's the new card?
So I should apologize to the viewers because I misunderstood a press release and incorrectly labeled Mortal Kombat X with some bad information. The character pack thing that I was talking about is actually a season pass that they call the Combat Pack. They don't make it very clear that it's a season pass, in my opinion, but still, I probably could have figured that out. So the characters are not actually just locked behind a paywall. They don't exist yet, from what I've heard. But there are 3 characters that exist in the game that you can't play as for some reason. I don't really get why that's the way it is.
That's always fun. Why can't you just have them? I mean,
Well, I don't know. Like, it looks like they have moves. Maybe they use them as NPCs somewhere. Or maybe you fight them later in the campaign. I don't know.
People were saying that like they might add Ryu to Smash.
Like Ryu from
Hayabusa?
Street Fighter?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, which one? Ryu Hayabusa or the one from Street Fighter?
Maybe Ryu Hayabusa. That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
It would. I mean that. Well, no. I mean they're both Capcom characters. So.
Oh, I guess yeah. Well, they were saying that they data mined the new Smash update and they were
Ryu
sound
Hayabusa's
files
from Tecmo.
Oh.
Look, man, I don't know names. There's a lot of people named Ryu. All right.
Are any of them named Hayabusa?
Specifically, the ones we're talking about now. How are those?
They're all right. But yeah, they were saying there were sound files like that were data mined for a Ryu, one Ryu. Whether or not
singular Ryu.
Whether or not it's that Ryu or this Ryu is yet to be seen.
Well, that's all right. The new character, if they make a Ryu character and put it into Smash, then it's gonna take like until 2018 for them to put it in. So.
Right. Oh,
they must have like one dude. Well, actually, no. Miyazaki is famous for taking a long time on balancing, but still. Or not Miyazaki. What's his name?
Miyakaki.
Yeah, oh yeah, Miyakaki. Miyakaki Doodoo, I think, is his real name. I'm pretty sure.
Is that racist or no?
It's Sakurai, by the way. Wow, that's a shiny ass card. It's got haste. Thank God. I'd be fucking. Oh, it does. Never mind. I'm dead.
Shit, man.
Why does it have haste? It doesn't say it has haste. What's giving it haste?
The ogre battle driver.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
Wow. What is happening?
it's the dragon.
Hey, Nick, I might be able to help you if you don't kill me this turn. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I would not suggest that you do that.
I mean, you're dead, Nick. You don't act like you're not fucking dead.
I think Nick's fine.
Shut the fuck up, Nick. You're not fine. All right, give me a turn, and then if I draw a land, everything will be happy again.
Oh, he's got the trick of scavenging.
Look, have a goddamn chance here, so...
That's 21... No, you do. I mean, because if I do what I do, you're still going to have 30 life, and I'm still going to have 3 life, but all those dragons will be gone. Trust me. Just trust me.
Don't do it,
it's
Nick.
Beneficial for you. It's...
Nick,
you will lose
don't believe,
if you kill me.
Don't believe
guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed.
Nick,
okay,
if you son of a bitch.
I mean, I might not even draw the card.
I can't even worry because, like, Rob's going to kill me in a turn anyway, so even if I piss him off, it doesn't make any difference.
I didn't draw the card, so everyone's fine.
Oh, thank God.
By everyone's fine, you mean Rob secured the victory.
Yeah. I mean, I could do this, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, you got this guy.
You should just get back up to 20 health this turn. That would probably help.
Yeah.
You always get back up to 20 health.
I can't do the thing. I was going to kill myself with the pay 7 life thing, but it won't let me. It's lame.
Wow. You should pass legislation to make that legal in your state.
To make Sudoku legal in Texas.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's
just a bunch of numbers. Come on.
Rob, you should win.
Yeah, I'm considering how exactly I wish to do that.
I mean, you can leave me alive, right? Hey! Yeah, no, that was the joke.
Oh, whoops-a-daisy. That's the wrong one.
You're gonna kill me with the other one. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, slam jam Nick's ham?
Yeah.
Call it a ham.
It's like a
Just one ham is enough. Just slam my ham. You don't have to ham.
Oh, right, I forgot I could do this. Yeah, okay, right. Alright, so, I'll do that.
Oh, you're gonna just do all the extra damage to him.
Yeah, actually, Nick might be dead this turn, now that I think about it, because I'm going to...
Wow!
Yeah, because of the War Storm
This is
Surge.
some Hearthstone combination bullshit.
Honestly, that dragon for 8, it doesn't even seem like it's enough to cast for how effective it is.
Well, it very rarely works out. Like, this is the first time I've had this in my deck for like months, and this is the first time it's ever worked. So, yeah. Goodbye, Nick.
Wow.
I didn't even get to attack a single time this whole game.
Does it just like keep going infinite? What is...
Well, it's every dragon that attacks. So every time I attack with a dragon,
this has lifelink, so I'm still alive.
Oh yeah.
So if I draw my land, you're gonna be in a really bad position.
I'd be really sad.
I think you're still targeting me, even though I'm -6 dead.
Okay. Oh my god! If I draw if I draw the card, I can actually win. Oh, this is just sweet irony. I don't win, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It would have been hilarious if I did.
Second Sanguine Blood.
Yeah. Were you gonna wipe the board? Was that the idea?
Well, I have the wipe the board card, but if I would have drawn the card that does a specific amount of damage, actually no, I would have actually needed both Sanguine Bloods. I think I don't have a card that deals 8.
I'm gonna double up my.
Oh no, I would. Right, yeah, no, I would need the second one. I'm just gonna make sure. Oh, we should just end the game. This is gonna take a while. We should just end it.
Oh my god.
No, it's fine.
Will that happen immediately?
You're just gonna.
Okay, good.
You're gonna enter some kind of Dragon Mobius strip bullshit where it just goes on forever.
I would have actually doubled up my dragons, yeah. Yeah.
It would have taken a while. You would have probably crashed the game at that point, though.
Maybe, yeah. What were you gonna get? Was it the wipe everything?
I had the wipe everything already.
You need another land?
It takes 3 white lands, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm glad that didn't happen. That said, though, if I drew, like, a single creature, then a creature that had, like, at least 5...
No, you would have lost it wipes all non-land permanents.
Oh, yeah, but, like, so I would have had... But I would have had... Oh, right, yeah, I would have killed the Warstorm Surge.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been trash.
Dang, I'm looking at all these new cards that they added.
Yeah,
they keep giving me free cards all the time. I don't know what that's about.
Probably like as a sorry, this game's shitty. Here's
We'll give
some
you a
free
card
stuff.
for every diamond in the UI, so we'll be here for 100,000 years.
All right.
Well, the first set of cards is just a bunch of lands. All right, here we go. Oh, they're making all colored decks viable, I guess, with this.
Triple land.
Oh,
gates.
Bear's Companion.
Oh, Bear's gonna love
Yeah, we
that.
should tell Bear about that.
He really
Yeah.
should.
He loves things that have Bear in the title.
He really
When
does.
Bear's Companion enters the battlefield, put a 4/4 green bear creature token onto the battlefield.
Fuck yeah. Bear would love that.
I mean, you
Can he
get
make
someone...
a bear deck? Are there any more bears?
I don't think there's enough bears, dude.
I have a goblin. My goblin dragon deck's pretty cool. I like it, especially when I can get that combo going with the
Does it have any
Warstorm
bears in it?
Surge. Nick, I did 30 damage to you with Warstorm Surge from summoning dragons.
You want me to be proud of you?
I'm just thinking about it.
Armament Corpse. When Armament Corpse enter the battlefield, distribute 2+1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 targets. These cards seem pretty cool, but they also seem pretty like not.
Yeah, that's not that great.
Because these are extremely expensive cards.
Yeah, and this costs 6 mana, and it requires 3 different mana types.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there was a hole in that particular set of colors, so they tried to fill it.
Yeah, maybe. Target creature can't block this turn.
Was
That's
it like
pretty good.
black,
actually.
white, red or something?
Yeah, it's black, white, red.
Yeah.
Red, white, smack.
Yeah, that too. Warden of the Eye, a Djinn wizard.
Hey Rob, why don't you read some comments or something? You got any?
Yeah, that's a
Queued
good
up?
idea. I will look at that and just una memento. Non-creature, non-land card from graveyard to your hand. Okay, let me go do that. Let me go open her up.
Just thinking some compelling content is you talking about cards that aren't on my screen.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Okay, don't hear my thing. All right, let's see. Newest first.
Oh, Rob has a new headset, by the way, in case we've never
you do?
seen
I
that
do,
here.
yeah. I'm wearing
nice.
earbuds, and the thing
Earbuds.
the thing worked. The only downside is that you guys ever get the thing when you wear earbuds where you can like feel them on the back of your throat?
What?
Nope.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. It's just like a weird sinus thing I have, I guess. But like if
It's
I'm
because they're
pushing stuff
tiny
into
golden
my ear-
retrievers. They push the hair right down your
Yeah.
sinuses.
Going with the airbud thing still, are you?
Okay, so
I'm trying, but nobody
saying
cares.
stuff about the Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah, I addressed that already.
Someone asked if I heard of Xenonauts. I actually mentioned Xenonauts in the last episode as well.
Yeah, but have you heard of it, though?
I actually haven't. I mentioned it, but I never heard of it.
Okay.
Because it's easy fatality. Fatalities don't do anything gameplay-wise, and people do anyways. They want DLC for the characters, not like Season Pass. Right.
Yeah.
I still don't like the purchase fatalities thing. Yes, it doesn't. It's not pay to win, but it's still scummy.
The counter that people were presenting was that you can earn those coins in the game with in-game currency as well.
Okay.
Does that work for you better, or because I still kind of find it scummy?
No,
anyway.
because here's the thing. Like it's like I said, the rest of the game is simplified so that it's easier for a casual fighting game player to pick up and play. The only thing that they didn't fully simplify is the fatalities, which are really fun to do. And instead of doing that, which is clearly part of their overall game design mantra of making the game easier to play for a casual fighting game player and less daunting, instead of adopting that and putting it through the entirety of the game, they instead say, hey, you can pay for it instead. And that's stupid.
Right, but you can also not pay for it. You can also just grind the game if you want to get coins.
Either
and buy
way,
them.
like it's not that's not how like. Here's that argument if you take it to its logical extreme. Why simplify the game for casual players? Why not make them pay for a more casual and easier to fight experience, and then make it harder if you don't want to play? But you could still grind and make the game easier and make all the combos easier to hit. You see, it doesn't really hold up. Like it's either you do it or you don't.
I thought what was telling too is that they give you, I think, 5 of them to start, which is almost like the free-to-play kind of mantra of like how they're like, here's your drug, and then slowly wean you off it, and then it's like, oh, but I want my fix.
On top of that, yeah,
technique.
right, exactly. And on top of that, for a $60 game, I don't think a $60 game should have fucking microtransactions.
It's weird how people are becoming way more accepting of microtransactions as the
They really
months
are,
and
yeah.
years go by. Like it's honestly just like everyone's totally okay with it now, even though it's still awful and shouldn't
That shit was
exist.
going on in like 2007 when they were putting it in all the Need for Speed games that were just like pay to unlock all the cars, or
Right.
like just like have all the shit done, just like beat the game, just
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah, pay to beat the game.
Like that was a thing they were doing for a while, and they kind of backed off on it a little bit. And I think it was mostly just like EA doing that, mostly like out of the whole group. But now apparently Warner Brothers like, whatever, we'll see what we can get away with.
What's the deal with you shrugging off Splatoon, Nick and Rob? There's a game that actually pretty damn original and in fact new IP, and said fuck off. Rod said it doesn't count because it's not as creative and original as Pikmin was. Well, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think it's. I still don't think it's as creative as Pikmin was.
I don't know what's original about it. It's like a team-based shooter with paint.
I mean, it's pretty. It has some pretty cool mechanics to it, but I don't know. At the same time, there is a difference in experience between a multiplayer competitive game and a single player. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not gonna fall in love with the world they create. You're gonna fall in love with the feelings you get by beating people in it.
Right.
You're gonna love the mechanics. You're
It's-
not gonna love the whole feeling of the whole game.
The thrill of that game is going to be when you've mastered, when you pull off sick moves and you've mastered your abilities to control the mechanics of the game to defeat your opponents, which isn't the same as like something like a Pikmin where it is like a unique game design
It's a story.
yeah, there's different experiences that you get from that. Yes, you still get the mechanical like catharsis of like, okay, I'm better at the game now, but you get that with every game. But the real, like, what you really get is the feeling of the whole rest of the game and playing in a completely unique experience that had never really been done before.
It's also, and this is more of a personal thing, not necessarily wrong with the game itself, but it's kind of, I like to call it the Dota effect. Like, it's happened with all multiplayer games. I think Rob can agree. Like, when you have a game like Dota, which is like one of the maximum levels of multiplayer you can hit, like same with like League of Legends or any kind of MOBA where there's just so much going on. It's so competitive. It's so action packed in terms of, a versus game that most other multiplayer games tend to feel very less impactful because it's just not the same as that kind of game. And so with single player games it doesn't really happen because every single player game is a different kind of experience that you're getting. But right, with multiplayer games the experience is winning most of the time.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
can
so
kind of,
because you love Dota so much, like other multiplayer games just don't even register. Is that what you're saying?
not as much, they're not as fun at the end of the day because it's way more fun to win in Dota than it's going to be in most other games. And since that's really the idea is, at a very base level, the idea is winning. That again, Dota.
But I don't think they're marketing it to Dota players. I
Right?
don't
No,
think
I
it's
know.
the
That's why I
same
said it was more of a
circles.
no. That's why I said it was more of a personal thing at that point.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of relate though. I mean, I went through a phase where there was a lot of competing MMOs, but I stuck to WoW because that's the one I had already put the time in, and I already had friends in, I already had all my gear done, and I knew my way around. It's like I don't have to build a new account, pay for it, set it up, figure it out, and all of that shit.
Right.
So I kind of understand where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, I think they're so different. I don't know they necessarily equate that way either.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, also that's the thing. Like, it is for me also personally. I'm less excited about. I mean, it still looks fun, and I would like to play it, but I already have a competitive game in my life, and I don't really want another one. Even though it's like a casual competitive game, it's still by its very basis competitive since it's a team deathmatch, game type.
I mean, that in and of itself feels lazy to me
It
because
does,
there's so many things that you could have done that involve so much more effort in figuring out, characterization, narrative, art assets even are simplified and something like that. All of the animations are all simplified. You're just kind of taking the way that seems like the course of least resistance for the market at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we've been accusing Nintendo of for a while now.
Yes.
So that's why I feel it's consistent in that way.
It is. I mean, it's Nintendo's first-person shooter. Like, Wii U doesn't have any first-person shooters, competitive online first-person shooters. That's what the market wants right now. And That's Nintendo's, and yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's more creative than something like a Call of Duty, I guess, if you wanted
Sure.
to, look it up or compare it that way. But at the same time, like I don't know, it doesn't like grip me. It looks fun, but I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't know what the fuss is, really. I mean, I've watched trailers and I'm like, all right, that's like, I could maybe if that was a $10 indie game, I might try it. I still probably wouldn't even buy it at that.
Yeah, I don't get the fuss around it being a huge like blockbuster game
Yeah,
kind
me
of thing.
either.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
either. I think it's just
it,
because that's like the only Nintendo game that we know on the horizon. That's
Right.
like,
Right.
well, actually, is that even first party? That is first party Nintendo, right?
I think so. First party with Nintendo gets confusing because they have so many teams and
It does, yeah.
all that, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Splatoon, Wikipedia. Develop. Yeah, no, it is. It is first party. It's Nintendo EAD Group Number 2. So.
Yeah, they're fucking
Right,
group
yeah.
names
Classic
and shit.
EAD group
Yeah,
number two.
we all know their famous titles. The Nintendo EAD Group Number 2.
They named that guy in F-Zero X after that, didn't they?
I think
Mr.
so,
Eid.
yeah.
It's a real thing.
All right, what did they make? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I should.
Sunday Horse 2.
I didn't. I shouldn't have looked this up because this takes away a lot from what I want in their in their game history. So what they made was Me Channel, Wii Sports,
Oh.
Wii
Oh,
Play.
Wii Sports did well.
Wii Sports is it was bundled with the system. I mean, it was fun, but it was like whatever.
No, I
It's
mean,
not
but
really
people
game.
wanted it really badly. So, like, even when they broke their copy, which they did often, apparently, they came and they bought out every used copy we would get in at GameStop for like
Yeah.
2 years.
I mean, it was the best thing to play when you had friends over at the time on the Wii.
Yeah, Wii Bowling was a hit with the senior citizens.
Yeah.
You know, if that's
And they also made Wii Music.
I liked it too.
Wait,
All right, that
what?
one actually fucks everything up.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
they
what did they
also-
make?
They also Wii
Wii
Music.
Music.
Oh,
Yeah, and Wii Sports Resort.
Dude, I played Wii Music. It was actually hot garbage.
Yeah, it's real bad.
oh. We can
However-
transition
What?
from. You go ahead. I'll
I was gonna say,
I'll
however,
after.
they did make. I think these are the ones that people say are good. They made Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
Animal Crossing Plaza, which is the Miiverse application.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
I have
and,
news,
and
though.
then way back when in 2006 they made Star Fox Command, which I still don't know if that's good or not.
I think we had mixed receptions from people in the comments talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Just fun little tidbit here. Not counting Tetris, which has sold 100 million copies. Wii Sports is the top-selling game of all time on any platform at 82.54 million copies.
Well, see, but they count the bundle sales though, right? So
Right.
how
but-
many Wii's were sold? You
I-
have to weigh that against
Yeah,
how
so
many
subtract
Wii's
that
were
out.
sold.
Oh,
Subtract that number and then put it against number 2.
God, do you know what the fifth most selling game of all time is?
What?
Say we play.
Mario Kart Wii
Oh.
Oh really?
of all time. That's actually surprising.
People love
really-
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
People really thought that steering wheel did something special. They didn't know when they bought it that it was just a plastic bit that you put the Wiimote into. So like, it was constantly funny to see like how much they wanted that steering wheel. And then when they'd see them on the shelf, they were like, "Oh, this is just like the Mad Cats or like the Nyko or whatever, like shitty versions." So they could actually see that it was just a shell. They're like, "Wait a minute, like this isn't as good as the Nintendo one, right?" And they're like, "No, it's the same shit."
I think it's just crazy that Mario Kart Wii has sold more copies than Minecraft by just about a million.
That's a little shocking, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Wii Play because then that would be the same story as what Rob said because Wii Play was bundled with the extra Wiimotes. So we were told to always upsell people at GameStop, but when they wanted a Wiimote, you sell them Wii Play because they're getting a game for $10 more.
Wii Play is the 11th most selling.
Set of
Oh,
games.
well, there you go. 11th most selling. So,
I don't even remember what was in that bundle. I don't think it was anything that amazing.
considering
Nintendogs is like the 15th most selling. But that
Yeah.
that wasn't bundled, was it?
it seems
No,
like people
well-
actually are liking Mortal Kombat 10 also, by the way. In the
There
comments.
was a Nintendogs DS that was available for a while,
Mhm.
but I don't think that would have been responsible for a massive influx. People just bought a lot of that game. Also, there was like 4 different SKUs, maybe more. So I don't know how do they track them all.
I don't know. This is
It,
this is just a base like
it just
Wikipedia.
says straight up Nintendogs, right?
Nintendogs, and then the system it says there's no DS.
Okay, because yeah, since there was multiple dogs you could purchase, I don't know how they bundle them. I guess they put them together. But yeah, I've been hearing the same thing that Rob said, that Mortal Kombat's actually fine. It's just all of the shitty stuff around it that we were bugged by.
Yeah. Oh, well, also Caspian Crawdad said, and this is true. I mean, we recorded it before Tuesday.
The day it was the worst.
Yeah, when it was really bad. So, I mean, it's just a shitty game release. That's where we've come to expect that.
It was on Tuesday. It was the day everything was
right
fucking up.
Yeah.
Hot garbage. But I wanted to transition to talk about Wii music into the new Guitar Hero game was announced.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did that last
talked
episode a bit.
Oh,
But what do you have to say about it? I'd be curious to hear your impressions.
it looks very weird, but I can't say that I wasn't extremely interested in the idea that they have.
Wait,
Yep.
you can't say that you weren't. You are interested in it, or you aren't? I'm sorry, the
I
double
am.
negatives. You
I
are
am
interested.
yeah. But I still, at the same time, it was very weird. This is, I don't know how it would feel to have two strings now, instead of just 5 frets.
I'm
So
sure
there's
you'll
3
get
frets and
used
2
to it.
strings. No. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't know whether or not I'll.
Think
how
of the
it'll feel.
bar chords.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like it'd be really interesting. I don't know. The last Guitar Hero game that I played was Guitar Hero 3. I never got the ones after that. I just got Rock Band after that. But yeah, I'm excited for both Rock Band 4 and the new Guitar Hero.
The idea of the full motion crowds just really, really screws me up, though. Because there's going to be the same bunch of people in all of them, right? So you're going to get used to seeing the same
Yeah.
animations so many times. I mean, I know it's the same with the digital actors, but when it's actual people, the detail is so high that it's like you just see the details more obviously.
I think that it'll be novel for a bit, and then at a point it'll just be like I'm just playing Guitar Hero. I'm not going to be looking at anything besides the fretboard at that point.
I would
Because-
rather they just eliminated the crowd entirely, just like make it the pure experience.
Right. Well, I at a point I would actually just play a lot of the songs that I played in practice mode because it was like a static screen, and I would just do that for like Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So
Give us a training room like in freaking Mortal Kombat or Marvel vs. Capcom, or something. It's just a bunch of like a grid in the background.
But,
Yeah, I'm reading about it's the mouse and keyboard versus controller debate right now as well. That I'm reading.
Yeah, we settled that.
Yeah, I mean we mostly
Inclusive.
did. Well, Archon Zach though brings up a good point. Is that while the mouse gives you better freedom to aim and faster aiming and more precise aiming, the movement is less precise than with a controller, which I agree. I do agree. The movement with the stick is definitely better than WASD if you're talking about a first person shooter.
is this a general debate? Since I wasn't here, mouse versus keyboard.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just preference, but we kind of came to the conclusion that for like platformers, controllers usually better. FPS, mouse and keyboard usually better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. I use controller. If I can use a controller, I'll probably use a controller in most scenarios, even FPS games, like because that's where I started with was Halo. So that's what I'm used to. Like, even if I play an FPS, like when Titanfall came out, I was playing that with a controller. Like I just don't.
Jared Ruiz made a good point, where if I want to play competitively, basically is what he's saying, or if I want to have that precision and that frenetic gameplay, I'll play with the mouse and keyboard. But if I want to just like it's more easy, or it's easier to play casually on a controller, like a first-person shooter, if you just want to like fuck around with your friends or whatever. Then he likes playing with the gamepad, and that's totally fair too. Yeah, I mean it definitely is. See, for me though, I actually have more I can't play with a gamepad casually just because I've never gotten good with the stick at all. Like even if I have the aim assist and the lock on and all that stuff, I've never gotten that good. So it always feels like I always feel like a little kid trying to hold a controller for the first time when I'm playing a first person shooter with a gamepad. But I can understand how you would feel like, yeah, it would be easy to casually just sit back and play with the gamepad with your friends or whatever.
Fair enough.
With the aim assist and all that.
You don't even have to have aim assist. They usually turn it off, actually.
Yeah, it gets in the way a lot of times.
It does tend to.
Me and Rob actually had an argument. I think this was like 2 years ago. We had it multiple times over because I wanted to play Modern Warfare on the computer, Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use a controller, and he was telling me that I was going to get wrecked if I did that.
Yeah.
And I disagreed with him, and I still disagree with him.
Yeah, you're wrong. You
No.
will. They're actually we were talking about that in the last episode that they did tests on this with multiple games where they tried to add cross-platform support for like first-person shooters, and every time that they did, they just had to ditch the idea, not because they couldn't get it to work, but because the console players were just getting destroyed. They just couldn't stay competitive against the mouse and
Well,
keyboard players.
my argument, and I still think this holds up, is that from Modern Warfare 2, the game, I mean, it's a Twitch shooter, but a lot of for at least for my way I play, like it wasn't about me being faster than the other person. It was about me being in the position where I wouldn't have to be faster than the other person. So the whole game became a positioning game
Right.
as opposed to a just 1v1 shooter game. Like a lot of the game types even played around that. Like Search and Destroy was probably the most competitive game type, which is just one team's trying to plant a bomb and the other trying to prevent that or defuse it if it does get planted. And obviously, that it's a 5-on-5 game and you only have one life, so every corner you go around, there might be a person. So whether you're defending or being offensive, you need to understand where people might be and put yourself in a position where you will have the advantage in a firefight. So my argument was at the end of the day that holds more ground than me just being more or less accurate with the controller.
And I think
Against other
you're
people.
right, because that game in particular has such bad lag that when you walk around a corner, sometimes
true.
you haven't actually gone around it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So positioning yourself is actually really smart in that idea, and trying to out Twitch somebody, it's not going to probably happen.
Positioning is important, and I will agree that it probably is more important than your ability to aim and shoot precisely, because I mean it is designed for the console anyway, right? So, um, that said, though, I played Call of Duty on the PC and in the multiplayer, and positioning is still the most important thing. But at the same time, um, my with the mouse and keyboard, I can check corners faster when you walk around a corner, when you walk into a room, when you can, when somebody is behind you. I can do all those things faster than a player on the gamepad would be able to. So I still have the ability to position myself properly, which is important to play the game. But then also I get the added advantage of being able to aim faster and find where my target is faster as well.
Right. I'm not arguing that that's not true, but I'm just saying that didn't hold enough. I think that wouldn't matter as much for, at least, again, we were talking about this specific game, Modern
Yeah.
Warfare 2. Also, I know it's still different, but I also played on an extremely high sensitivity, so it's not as different as if I played on a normal sensitivity
Yeah.
in that regard.
You do
Like I
have
played
to
on, like,
play on high sensitivity.
Oh,
the
yeah,
gamepad
no,
if
like,
you're not gonna.
I played like 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah,
10 was just too fast.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't try to mitigate those issues as much because I was just getting killed so fast every time I'd respawn that it was just like I was relegated to the realm of casual no matter how seriously I tried to take it. Because the people that play really well are just, they dominate you every time.
See, I played on PC, and I pretty much I only played the hardcore mode, which I was actually really
Oh, yeah,
frustrated.
hardcore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hardcore was the best in my opinion, and then the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was really frustrated when in Modern Warfare 2 they made hardcore mode unlockable, which is really annoying because I just wanted to play on hardcore mode. That was just better
Yeah.
in my opinion than the regular mode.
I agree, but it does unlock pretty fast. I
Yeah.
think it's like 20 levels. But again, that
Still
should
though, I don't want to play, like, I know what game mode I like, and I want to be able to
Right.
play that from the start. Like
Right.
I don't need that to be gamified. I know all the other things. I understand why the other things are gamified, but I don't want the game modes to be gamified.
The thing about Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 as well is that the maps are like that's the strongest point about the game are the maps. They're so well designed in those two games.
They're balanced.
They're
Yeah, they're balanced.
they're
very well.
very good, and that leads to the positioning
Yes.
aspect of it.
No, that's why I agree with you, because I know, like, I played a lot of the old
Oh, yeah, no,
Call of Duty
like-
multiplayer, and the thing is, like, me knowing the map basically lets me know the routes. I mean, it's a lot like it's a lot like Dota in that way. Like understanding like the different like choke points and the high grounds and the juke spots. Like that's all really important if you want to be good at Dota. And in Call of Duty, it's similar in that way. And like you do have to know the routes that you take from point A to point B whenever you're trying to reach a different objective of where enemies are and where people are going to be hiding and where things are going to be. So yeah,
and then they're going to be clipped through a rock anyway, shooting out.
yes.
Matter.
The important aspect of that game was always the spawn system was very predictable. So you needed to understand when the understand when the game was going to spawn flop, which makes
Is that you leveling up in Call of Duty? Dun dun dun.
No, but as one team made a progression on the other team and beat them and you know gained position, eventually the game was like, all right, if we keep spawning them here, it's just going to be really unfair. So they flop the spawns, which becomes a little bit unfair because now you've just lost all your position. But that's why you have to understand when that happens. All right, we got to start worrying about where these guys are coming from a completely different area now. So
yeah,
it was a good game. Call of Duty gets a lot of shit, but Modern Warfare 2 are really good games. The other games are shit though, because the maps were shit in all the other games and all that.
Yeah.
The idea of being in a battle where there's no decisive like enemy combatant line, that just everyone is just in this constant circular skirmish, I always thought was so strange. Like you would know in any normal battle, like people behind me are my guys, people in front of me are the bad guys.
Right.
But you just can never have that because there's always this circular thing where all the walls are set up in a way to keep you moving and focusing towards center. It's just so confusing to me. I mean, I get that that's good balance, but
and that's why I say with the mouse and keyboard, having the ability to flip around quickly and move to where your target's going to be. Because that's the thing, right? Like that like Austin was saying, that's what you need to understand is where you're. It's not necessarily where people are, it's where they're going to be. And when you learn the maps and understand the positioning, then you're going to know where they're going to be. You know, and again, like that's, I will liken that again to Dota because that's how you find kills in Dota. At higher levels, it's not that you see them necessarily. I mean, a lot of the kills are because you see them showing on the map, but it's understanding where they are based on what they're going to be doing. You know,
I think Call of Duty is more ubiquitous than Dota.
Maybe
you're doing the comparison backward.
Yeah. I
don't think people need to learn how to relate to Call of Duty, is what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean in the sense of like a competitive way. I think a lot of the competitive games have that as like a running like common denominator is being able to predict what your opponent is going to do.
I want to play Call of Duty now.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I don't really. I
stopped. GTA. You can do Call of Duty in GTA now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm liking.
But I can't quickscope noobs with my freaking sniper rifle.
You totally can. There's first person mode, dude.
That's true, but is there a? Oh God, I can't remember the name of the sniper now. Never mind. Intervention. Is there an intervention?
The G1 with the ACOG scope.
Yeah.
G1 with the ACOG scope.
Right, that's
fuck
the thing.
Fuck ACOG scopes, dude. No, I can't do that shit. It changed your field of view in such a weird way. Like it would like have to zoom in, and it's so confusing.
Yeah, you can get the thermal vision, shoot everyone through walls like a real man.
Dude, thermal on Wasteland is the only way to play Wasteland.
Yeah, actually, you
know, we're such Call of Duty fans.
I was gonna say though,
dude, I have like 2,500 hours in Modern Warfare 2. All right,
many hours.
It's a lot of hours. That's all I played. For a long time.
Honestly, a lot of my hours in video games, like number 1 is Dota, number 2 is probably in the Call of Duty games. Honestly, I spent a lot of no Counter-Strike and then Call of Duty. But you know, actually, I was gonna say I forgot we have so much to actually talk about.
What?
Because there's a bunch of shit happened since the last time we recorded.
Like, all right, it depends what you're gonna say now.
Okay, so firstly, Batman vs Superman first trailer came out.
Oh,
that looks
weird.
Yes, it does look. It looks a bit strange.
My brain's like, how the fuck is Batman gonna stand a goddamn chance?
Oh, that's what I always hear too. But there is precedent for Batman fighting Superman. In fact, in Hush, Batman beats Superman by wearing a kryptonite ring because Superman gets charmed by Poison Ivy, so that he like has to do evil things. So Batman takes out his kryptonite ring and then beats the fuck out of Superman, and but he almost breaks his hand doing it, but he does do it.
All right,
Right,
so
but
Superman can shoot fucking lasers out of his eyes,
Yeah, but
right?
not if
So
there's-
Batman can't move faster than his laser vision.
But not if... You know what? This actually circles back to what we were just talking about, right?
God.
Positioning is the most important.
in the trailer, he's standing right in front of him, though.
Okay, well, in that particular scenario... Okay, so that... In that trailer, in that part... that actually is going back to another time in the comics that is precedented when Batman and Superman fought. And that's from The Dark Knight Returns, written by Frank Miller, which is actually really fucking good, and I would suggest everyone reads it, including you two in the call, because it's awesome. And that armor is it's like basically the exact same armor that Frank Miller drew for Batman when he fought Superman in that scenario.
It's such a boring premise. There's only one way to kill Superman. You know Batman's going to get a kryptonite something at some point to even stand a chance. So that's the story. I've already written and handed it to you.
Well, that's the thing, actually, is when he's wearing that armor, he's not using any kryptonite. But I won't spoil what happens in Dark Knight Returns, but...
You can't beat up Superman.
Well...
You just can't do it.
Well, you can with kryptonite, but that's the thing about the Dark Knight Returns battle armor that Batman is wearing, is he doesn't use kryptonite, and something different happens than what you would expect, is all I'll say without spoiling it.
You can beat up Superman, apparently. So they changed the rules arbitrarily, which makes it not interesting.
I don't want to spoil it, is the thing.
Consistency is key for a superhero's powers, I would say.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that I don't give a fuck about Superman in any way. Like, I don't care about that character. Like, Batman's cool, all right? His movies are cool. Fuck, I don't give a shit about Superman, dude.
Yeah, Superman is pretty whack.
Like, so regardless of that, though, fucking Avengers comes out in like a month, right?
Yeah,
Where the fuck did that come from? All of a sudden, there's a trailer, and it's like, oh, that's coming out in like a month.
Yeah,
like what?
Jurassic World as well.
That's gonna be bad, though.
Yeah,
that's gonna be very bad.
It's gonna be really bad.
It's probably going to be bad, but what if it's good?
Well, then I'll be happy, but there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the trailer, dude?
Yeah, the trailer looks really bad.
It looks real bad.
Yeah. But there have been movies where the trailer is awful and
I agree.
the movie is good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but
it could be.
I can't not. But see, like 99% of the time, though, bad trailer, bad movie.
Yes, yeah, you're right about that.
But I won't say that there's not a chance.
That's the Batman versus Superman trailer. It was like, okay, this could be good. I could see this being good. I mean, the thing is that's I actually wanted to go back to that for a second because the thing about Superman is that yes, he is very boring, and he's even called in the DC universe like the Big Blue Boy Scout. As people make fun of him. But the relationship between Batman and Superman is actually pretty interesting.
It's probably all Batman, though. It probably all comes from Batman.
Well, no, it's partly that they're both on the same side, but they view how to go about it like the means are different for them, and that causes conflict between their relationship. In the DC universe, they're still like friends, sort of, but like as much as a friend to Batman as anyone could be, basically. And but their relationship is pretty interesting in how they interact with each other because their means are often different. They want the same ends, but the means are different. So that kind of dynamic might be interesting in Batman versus Superman. I could be into that, and honestly, Ben Affleck looked pretty cool. I mean
that's another thing. They keep changing who's Batman. I can't.
The Ben Affleck looks pretty cool. Like the suit that he's wearing in that not the Dark Knight Returns armor, but the regular Batman suit, which also, by the way, I think this entire movie is inspired by Dark Knight Returns and Frank Miller in general, by the way, because the suit that he wears is obviously inspired by the Dark Knight Returns suit, because the Dark Knight Returns suit is the one with the tiny little bat ears on the top, and it's like big and beefy and muscular, and he looks like he looks brolic as fuck in that movie, in the trailer.
Welcome to Brawlholic as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's a thing. Um,
So
and
no
then,
nipples though.
well, and then no nipples. Unfortunately, no nipple suit Batman, but armored Batman. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, this is all in the ways of trailers, the fucking Force Awakens trailer. Did you guys
Oh
see that?
yeah. See,
No,
it's
I didn't watch
it's funny because me and Nick both talked about how we didn't really like Star Wars that much.
Yeah.
That trailer was really fucking hype.
Yeah, right?
I can't not say that.
How it opens up with the it's just like, and then you see the fucking Star Destroyer, and it's
You're
like,
so susceptible to this shit.
oh, dude, it looks so fucking cool.
It's the same theme they've been using for 40 years.
Yeah, and it's John Williams, and John Williams is a goddamn genius, and I am fine with that. In fact, actually, it's not necessarily the same theme that they've been using for 40 years, because in the new trilogy, they made like a shitty new theme, a new soundtrack that had elements of the older stuff, and it was
Sorry,
like,
it's the same theme they've been using for 40 years minus a 10-year transitional period where they stopped using it.
yeah, yeah. I hope they stick to the John Williams soundtrack with this new one. Instead of trying to make their own shit, because I mean the original John Williams is just iconic. Like all of that music is iconic, you know. You gotta stick with it.
Did you see the "We Ain't Found Shit" Easter egg?
No.
When the Millennium Falcon is being chased by that TIE fighter. Did I get any of those right?
Yes, those are both.
okay.
Did you say Millennium Falcon? 'Cause if you did, you get a high five.
The Millennium Falcon.
Well, he's getting chased by that into like the little like tunnel or thing in the desert. I don't know, was that
Okay.
like a broken ship or something? If you look down like in the sand, it's very tiny, but there's two dudes holding a comb, combing the desert.
Oh, that's great. Actually, that's really funny.
It was on Reddit. It was
See,
hilarious.
that's what I mean. That's why I think this movie could be really good, because J.J. Abrams loves the property. And also, George Lucas does not exist within it at all. Like, he is nowhere near it. And those are two good things that make me say this could be really good. And like I said, he says all the right things, you know? He's mixing live action and practical effects with CG, which is what you need to do, because if you don't do that, then it looks ugly and shitty. I mean, look at the new trilogy. It looked ugly and shitty. You know, so he's doing all the right things. He's saying all the right things, and that trailer looked amazing. Like, that looked really fucking good.
There's the image, by the way, Rob. If you wanna.
Oh yeah, I do want to
Skype.
see that. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, that trailer looked incredible. Oh, that's fucking great. That's awesome. They're even wearing the same kind of outfit too. That's
Well, I
good.
think the zoomed in image is from the movie, but you're supposed to just infer.
Yeah. Oh no, that's good. That's funny. Yeah, no, the I don't know. He loves the property. Like he's probably gonna it's a passion project, and that is what you want out of something like Star Wars. Like Stephen Moffat, who's the showrunner of Doctor Who, says he doesn't hire. Now, of course, Stephen Moffat. You know, everybody has mixed feelings on him in general, but I do think he actually is a good showrunner in general. I mean, look at Sherlock. Sherlock's fucking amazing. And I think he's very passionate about Doctor Who. What he says when he hires writers is he doesn't necessarily hire the best writer. He has to hire a writer that's very good, but also really loves Doctor Who. Like, it needs to be someone who is really passionate about it, because that's the only kind of writer he wants to hire. And that's what Abrams looks like. Abrams looks like, right now, it seems like he probably grew up loving Star Wars and being enthralled as anybody else, and now he gets like a dream project to make something in the new trilogy, and that's cool, man. Like, that's really cool. I have high hopes for it. It looks pretty fucking awesome. And the trailer itself, you know, also is like the lines in the trailer is just straight up it's quoting Return of the Jedi. Luke says, you know, the Force is strong in my family. I have
forgot.
it. Yeah.
I want to say that Mark Hamill recording for that trailer, they must have used like some shitty USB condenser mic because you can actually hear like the static when the mic breaks in it's so bad.
Oh,
I was
really?
wondering, yeah, I don't know why did they use such a shitty microphone or didn't process it correctly, but you can totally hear it. Like turn the trailer up a little bit and listen to it with earphones. You can hear the static break in when he's speaking.
I didn't notice that.
That's because he probably called in the lines.
Yeah, right. He did it over Skype.
He didn't take the trip out.
Yeah. He's actually just like an amazing voice actor as well. He famously plays the Joker in like probably the best version of the Joker. So, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
In Arkham
and
Asylum.
then fucking John Boyega is in it too.
John Bodega?
John Boyega. He was in Attack the Block. He was the main character in Attack the Block, and he was fucking brilliant in that. Like, he was really good in Attack the Block. I mean, that movie is just great.
Attack the Block, huh?
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Attack the Block?
I have not.
Oh,
I'd really like you to say Attack the Block a lot more.
Attack the Block. Dude,
Attack
that
the
movie's
Block.
really good. I really like that film, and I love John Boyega in that movie, so I'm excited to see him in Star Wars. Like, that's... Man, I'm... That trailer... I was hyped for Star Wars already, but when I watched that trailer... And then also, there was this really good... You guys all saw Interstellar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers or anything, but there was a Matthew McConaughey reacts
Oh, yeah.
to the Force Awakens trailer, and it's the scene that you would expect.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good actually. Like, it was really well done. But yeah. So Austin's riding the hype train. I'm riding the hype train. It seems like Nick, you're not riding the hype train on it.
I'm just tired of hearing about Star Wars. I'm sorry. It's just like... It never pulled me in the first place, and the degree with which everyone gets so whipped up by it every time, it's just not interesting to me. I mean, I'll probably see it eventually, but it's like...
I will see the movie at this point.
I'm gonna watch it in theaters. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to the theater and I'm watching it. And if nobody wants to go with me, fuck them. I'll watch that movie alone. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I did with Interstellar. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm seeing that movie. I'm seeing.
I have to see it. I mean, I have to see that movie. Like, I need to. I need to know if it's good. Because if it's good,
I'm pretty sure it's going to be good.
Imagine the world that we'll live in, where a new generation will fall in love with Star Wars off of a new movie. Not just the old ones. Dude, that would be so fucking awesome.
I was really hoping we could just kind of like put this whole Star Wars thing behind us.
No, that's not going to happen. Disney owns the property, which means that they're going to own the copyright to Star Wars for the next 500 years, so... Also, I tweeted about this, but think about this. Disney owns LucasArts. Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns Pixar. So every major blockbuster, pretty much, except for like Batman vs. Superman, that is going to be coming out this year and probably the following years to come, Disney is going to get the money from that.
Yeah.
And Disney owns Machinima, and yet they couldn't pay shit for anything.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
Machinima.
Disney does tend to be hands-off with their studios.
Wait,
though,
was it
a lot of the time.
Machinima or was it TGS?
No, Disney bought
Polaris.
Polaris. Yeah.
Polaris. I had it backward. All right, fuck them too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
fuck
no,
that.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, Disney owns all that shit, so I mean, they're gonna make a lot of fucking money. Like, a lot of money. I mean, especially after the I can't imagine that The Force Awakens isn't going to break box office records. Like, I think it might sell more than Avatar. Might happen.
Is Avatar still number one?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, nothing else came out. Oh, maybe the Avengers.
No, I don't think it did.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if they keep putting out trailers like the Force Awakens trailer that they just launched, I don't even have to watch the trailer to get goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about the trailer.
Dude, why? Why?
Because it's my childhood. Like, Star Wars
But
is
it really
my
isn't.
childhood.
It's like 30 years before your childhood.
No, that doesn't matter. I watched it when I was a child and fell in
I
love
know.
with it like those kids in the 70s did. and I still love it. I mean, it's still awesome, and I'm super pumped. It is my childhood, and and my childhood was partly ruined because of George Lucas's shitty new trilogy, and it was very sad to me to see that go. And being able to actually be alive in a time when a new Star Wars comes out and it could be good, that's super exciting for me, because the old trilogy is already my childhood. Imagine this new trilogy being good. For me, that's like super exciting.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I just feel like 90% of what makes Star Wars good is people grabbing each other and jumping up and down and going, "Oh my god, Star Wars." Like, the actual movies, I don't feel hold up to nearly the degree that warrants this level of hype. And it's fine. You can be excited about whatever you want. That's just how I see it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just like a thing you're supposed to like. It's like the Beatles.
Yes and no, though. I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of things to like in Star Wars, though. And... I mean, it's sort of like what I was talking about in like a couple episodes ago. You know, the thing about Star Wars is that they hint at a much larger universe, and that's really exciting to me. That's the kind of games I like too. And hey, who knows? Maybe the reason I like those games is because I was influenced by Star Wars. I don't know. But like, I like Zelda, I like Dark Souls, that hints at a larger universe that you can't really grasp or comprehend, that's hidden away. You know, that's really exciting and really fun, and that's something that Star Wars does really well. And then, you know, also Jedi are fucking awesome on top of that, and then they made them fucking annoying and lame in the new trilogy. But now they're gonna be awesome again.
Dispatched left and right by like a single dude.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, they're just like getting, like, you just get to see a bunch of Jedi go down from like a blaster fire and stuff, and then and also like the fights are just fucking ridiculous in the new trilogy, where they're just jumping around and doing a bunch of crazy shit. Like, I like when in the original trilogy, the lightsaber wasn't clearly the best weapon in the universe, because you have missiles and fucking flamethrowers and blasters and stuff and all this shit, and they all fuck shit up. And yeah, Luke could deflect laser blaster fire and stuff, and he did kick some ass and stuff like that. But the way that it's described is it's a more elegant weapon for a more civilized age. It's not really meant for war. It's like, it's meant for like single combat in like a duel type of situation where it's like more honorable and civil. Like that's what it's not like. Jedis aren't supposed to be like these super badass like killing machines that can take down, I don't know, man. It's just, and the new trilogy, there's a million Jedis. Yeah, it's Tron for fucking medieval era. And then they made it so that the Jedi like can't have sex with people and stuff like that, and it's like, why are they priests now? Like, why did they make that? Did you see their robes? Yeah, right. Well, and that's the other thing that I fucking hated about the new trilogy. Just because Obi-Wan Kenobi wears a bunch of robes in the fucking desert on a desert planet doesn't mean every Jedi lives on a desert planet and has to wear the same kind of robes. You know, like, why does every Jedi have to wear fucking Obi-Wan's outfit in A New Hope? Because they made the whole connection between Christianity and their mythology, and they wanted to continue that throughout with every bit of iconography they could figure out. Yeah, maybe George Lucas did. It's fucking stupid. No, but that is why, though. They wanted to make them seem like actual, you know, priests. Yeah. Because that gave them the holy side, whereas Darth Vader was the devil side. Yeah.
Priests with laser swords.
And it's much easier to demonize something when you can do it. It's literally black and white. Like, they do that. I don't want my Jedis, which is the opposite of what movies should be about. Movies are the part where you pick apart the gray area of life, not the black and white. That's when you failed at storytelling. And that's what's cool about the original trilogy. Is none of it really was black and white. You know, you have the whole like Lando Calrissian thing where it's like, okay, he did sell out his friends, but also like he hadn't seen them in years and they parted badly, and then on top of that, like, it's his whole life that he'd have to sacrifice for some people that he hasn't seen in years. He doesn't really care. Like, how do you feel about Lando Calrissian? Did he fuck up? Did he not? Is Darth Vader really the bad guy at the end of the day? I mean, is he a victim of circumstance? Should Luke did blow be up the perfect a planet. Jedi? Well, yeah. He kind of blew up a planet, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, technically, kind of bad guy stuff.
Technically, he didn't blow up the planet. It was Grand Moff Tarkin that blew up the planet in the Death Star.
All right. Sure.
Darth Vader in the movies, he doesn't do, like, the only evil shit that you ever see him really do is he kills his own commanders, which are douchebags. I mean, they're the guys who go around blowing up planets and stuff. And the only thing that he's really trying to do is he's trying to get Luke to come on his side and you know, kill the Emperor and make a better place for the universe, because the Emperor is evil and he understands that and he wants a better world. So, like, is Darth Vader really a bad guy? And also, is Luke really that much of a good guy? Because it's always shown in the movies, like, okay, in the extended universe, there's dark Jedi and white Jedi and then gray Jedi or something like that. Luke is always kind of like a gray Jedi, basically. Like, he's not the olden ways of the old Republic kind of stuff, you know? So...
He's a stupid kid.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why do we care so much about this stupid kid? I never understood it.
Well, he does become a badass over the course of the entire movie's trilogy lineup, so... Hardened by war and...
Did try to bang his sister, though.
Well, in fairness, at the time, he didn't know it was his sister.
He didn't know it.
Still was his sister, though.
Also, I will say, it wasn't him that initiated, so, you know, there is...
Why is he supposed to know that, really?
That it's his sister?
Close.
Yeah, like, everybody acts like he did something wrong. Like,
well, yeah, no, he doesn't. When he becomes...
He doesn't know.
When he becomes
This doesn't
a Jedi,
matter if you know or not, I mean.
Are you supposed to have a genetic detector that's like, oh, mismatch?
Well, when he did become a Jedi, in Return of the Jedi, when he was actually, like a full-fledged Jedi Knight, then he sensed that she was his sister. But he didn't know.
Oh, the midichlorians.
Imagine if that's how it actually worked. Like, if you're just about to have sex with someone else, and then right before you're about to initiate, you get this feeling, and you're like, oh no, oh god.
It's like you get that Isaac item that like bends the tears out of your way. Only it like is the vagina with the penis that does that. It's like, oh, whoa, where'd it go?
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know I had a sibling. I'm gonna go. I'll call you.
Oh, and then when you see the Darth Vader helmet in the trailer, oh my god.
Yeah, it's iconography that's been around for a long time.
It's so good. It looks really good. Oh, and then also, the other thing is they came out with a new trailer for Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh yeah, the game engine footage trailer.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, they might as well just have posted in bold fucking letters. The game won't look like this.
Right,
just
yeah.
every year. It should have just been the trailer.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
what the fuck, man?
I went in like so it's people were hyped like oh yeah, the new Battlefront looks really good, and I like watched the trailer and it's like, oh, when are they gonna get to the actual gameplay footage though? Because it's all pre-rendered, every bit of it.
I probably pre-rendered on some supercomputer too. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. I have a feeling though. Well, I don't think I need to have a feeling for this. They're going to show Battlefront 3 at E3, and so that's probably where we're gonna see the first gameplay. Which
And it's also going to be doctored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it will. Don't. Every game is now.
Yeah.
You get away from it.
I can't believe you even questioned that.
I forgot that we live in the world that we do, but yeah, it's gonna have the Watch Dogs.
Up until the
Souls
day
2.
it releases, it's gonna look fucking awesome, and then it won't.
Yeah. Yeah, but that said, I'm still like pretty excited for that because they did show some things in the pre-rendered trailer that that relate to the gameplay that is pretty important. Like, for instance, they showed an AT-AT on Endor, which an AT-AT was never on Endor. So that kind of shows that, you know, oh, okay, so maybe it's like an expansion of like in Battlefront and Battlefront 2, you only ever got to play with the vehicles that actually were at those battles, but you know, maybe those battles are they're going to be more vehicles. All the vehicles are going to be available on every map. That's pretty cool. Also, they showed a Y-wing airstrike on the AT-AT, which would then also suggest that we're going to have a mixed-in aerial and ground combat at the same time, which is pretty fucking cool, because that wasn't ever in the Battlefront series either. Well, I mean, there was, but not to the degree that it shows in the pre-rendered trailer. Also, I don't think this was confirmed yet, before this trailer, But in the trailer, they show Darth Vader lighting up a lightsaber to go fuck up.
I thought you were gonna say a blunt.
Yeah, lighting up a blunt. So now you get to smoke weed in the game. That's great. Everyone loves that. No, but they do see Darth Vader shooting up heroin.
Heroin. So now you can do heroin in the game too.
No,
And then they showed him snorting a line and then smoking some crack. Oh my god.
They showed Darth Vader firing up his lightsaber. You can still use firing up for like a bong or something. Whatever.
you can.
Anyways, he has a lightsaber and he's about to attack some rebels, which means that, well, I guess it doesn't necessarily mean, but it definitely, it's like 90% assured that confirms that they're gonna bring back the Battlefront 2 mechanic of allowing you to get like a kill streak and play as a hero on the map. Which is fucking sweet, because that was awesome in Battlefront 2, where, like, you know, you get 5 kills in a row, and all of a sudden you get to be Boba Fett and stuff, and go around blowing people away. That's fucking sweet. So, that's cool. What they didn't show in the pre-rendered trailer is space battles, so that kind of scares me, because that means that maybe there aren't space battles, which would be really unfortunate.
I think it's already been confirmed that there are.
Oh, really?
Don't listen to me. I just think I read that, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that would be pretty lame. But then, but also, what's really shitty is, you know, back in the day they were making Battlefront 3, and they canceled it, and I don't know why they canceled it, because they already had a bunch of cool shit.
Studio closed, I thought.
Yeah, I mean yeah, basically. But it's like, why didn't they put more money?
Cancel a game.
Yeah, but they could have just put more money into the studio. It wasn't like it was a it was like under EA, and the games already showed that they were selling well. But part of the reason it probably, you know, failed money-wise is because they were very ambitious. And you can even see the old Battlefront 3 footage is really awesome, because what they were doing, like, years ago, was they had it so that the space battles and the ground battles happened simultaneously in a massive multiplayer environment. And you could even... They showed this. They had it working in the game engine, where you can be shooting. You can get in a dogfight in an X-wing versus a TIE fighter, kill the TIE fighter, and then they need ground support down there, and fly towards the planet, and seamlessly, without loading or anything, go right into the battle that's going on down on the ground, which is really cool.
The problem with that, though, is that you now have access to a whole planet where only like one tiny pinpoint on that planet is a battle.
No, you don't really have access to the whole planet. It's just sort
well,
of like
but I
smoke
mean
and
that's
mirrors.
really shallow though if you don't, because then it's literally a toggle. You're just toggling between space and ground.
Not really though, because it's a seamless transition between the space and ground, and then on top of that, I mean, all first-person shooters are like that anyway, right? You have a closed-off battlefield. You don't get to keep going for the size of the entire planet. So
how does space stop you from going through it?
It just sends you back around. Like
Does the Star Fox thing?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, it just sends you back around. So
or make a solid invisible wall that kills you instantly. That's better.
Yeah. So it's fine. I mean, it's just like a bigger map, but the transition is seamless, and it actually looked really good as well. So it's unfortunate if they're not going to do space battles and not use that technology. Because that would be really fucking... How cool would that be? Being able to, like, go off and, like, we destroyed the Star Destroyer. Now we can send the fighter team down to the ground to provide air support to the ground battle.
Yeah. Did you hook up with No Man's Sky? They know what they're doing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully that game is good.
Yeah, I really hope it's good.
Well, I mean, they've at least demonstrated they can do a transition between space and a planet.
They can do that, at least. Which is good. The rest of the game...
I laughed a little bit during that whole exchange, because we did the whole weed joke thing. This video is going to come out on 420.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I hope you guys are...
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you guys are probably stoned out of your mind watching this video right now.
I don't know if you can even understand the words we're saying anymore.
Probably not. Is that a killer lion behind you?
Oh no, the police are outside right now. They are watching.
Actually, there was as far as like, you know,
your mom just came home.
Yeah, no, see, that's more along the lines, because whenever people do like
turn on the fans,
jokes of how what weed's like. They always do like weird shit where people are like hallucinating, like there's a fucking elephant here. Is like, I think you're thinking of a different drug. However, The Onion did a really good video of
Oh, I think I saw that.
it's really good. Where like at one point the newscaster is like, "Yes, everyone knows you're high, and everyone is watching you right now," and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know, man.
Your mom's gonna be able to smell it in your room, just so you know.
Yeah. So
She's not gonna say anything, but she's gonna think about it for a long time.
She will. She definitely will. Like, if you thought that you could get away with it at dinner, like she has no idea. Yeah.
No, she can tell.
Yeah, she could tell.
She can see your eyes. She can see how you're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what it smells like.
Yeah.
Your
mom's been around the block. Believe me, I know.
Your mom knows. Your mom has been all around the block. Rob knows.
My block
Rob
specifically.
knows. Yeah.
She's been on my block a lot. Been having sex with.
I think
her.
we're insinuating that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You just said.
Yeah, I know. I'll just say it right out. I'll just say it right out.
Yeah.
Did I ever? I still can't believe this happened one time, but my mother actually offered to smoke weed with me and my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really surprised by it because my brother smokes a lot of weed, and she wanted to try it, and she's like, "You want to do this?" I was like, "Really? You just offering to do this?"
You should have taken her up on that.
I think. Well, we never got around to the point. We were all drunk, so
Oh,
we
okay.
kind of forgot. about
That's
it.
a bad idea. Don't do that. Not that I've ever.
What a family gathering! Oh my god.
Our family likes to drink. That's what something like to do.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you don't want your first weed experience to be when you're really, really fucking plastered. Not that I've ever tried marijuana because I abide by the law.
Oh yeah, no, that story I just told was actually completely not true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an anecdotal thing.
Mm-hmm. An anecdote that didn't happen.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's all the news that I had to talk about. I think.
Yeah, I think
That's why it didn't register to me as anything, because it was all movie trailers.
Yeah.
And I just don't care about those.
Dude. You can do
a movie's gonna come out. Oh my god!
You know what? The thing is, though, there is an art to movie trailers, and you can do them wrong.
And it's long forgotten.
Oh god, what was the? Was it Terminator? I think.
Oh,
Literally,
yeah.
the most recent Terminator trailer is literally the entire movie.
Yeah, just show me the whole movie.
It's
just
I'm not
skip
even
having me
joking
go
you.
to it.
Yeah.
It's everything except the climax of the movie.
They'll show after the climax.
Well, that's messy. But they showed every plot point the movie had to offer in the trailer.
Dude, I actually one time when I was looking for movies that I wanted to watch, I saw a movie that had like I think it was like Samuel L. Jackson and like and I think Colin Farrell or something, and it was about like it was about a lawyer or some shit. I don't know exactly. And I watched the trailer. It literally was the entire film. Like, the movie starts with a hit and run, and then he thinks no one sees him, and then all of a sudden someone does see him. And then you know, he eventually tries to get away with it and whatever, and he keeps going, and then eventually the guy comes back and starts fucking with him over it. And then the trailer continues. And it's like, you could have ended there, and it would have been like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get the premise. And then it goes through every beat of what happens in the story up until the very fucking end. And then it's like, yeah, and then what happens there at the end of the movie? Well, like, are you going to show me the last half hour of the film? Is that the only fucking part of the film? Like, what? Why would you make a trailer like that?
There was another one about it's like some kind of horror movie where this guy and his girlfriend are going to like some town or something, and then like it starts to just go through the whole movie. Like these dudes kind of get and they kind of mess with the dude's girlfriend, and I think they eventually like sexually assault her or something.
Jesus.
And then they keep going, and suddenly now the protagonist, the main guy, has an axe, and they show him killing some of the dudes, and it's like, wait, I feel like this is something I should be finding out in the movie. Like that's the end of the movie, right? He kills the dudes.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing after that. Do they go to court? I don't understand. But yeah, that needs to stop happening.
Yeah.
I loved horror movies where they would show you the biggest scare moments of the whole movie, and then you go and you wait through it, and you're like, oh, saw that one, and saw that one.
Yeah.
Good. Glad I bought that fucking ticket. That was a great time.
Yeah. See, that is one form of horrible trailer. Another form of horrible trailer is the trailer where it has a bunch of like text like no movie has ever blah 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 blah, and then
and it fades in
Yeah.
like 2 seconds of movie, and,
And
then
then-
back to text again.
Exactly, and then it like does like the Inception horn, like wow, and, like it like throws sound at you in your face, and then slowly gets faster, and then it does the and then it's like, you know, it's flashing black and also the images on the movie, and like the people are like what do and explosions, and it's just like
It's all
alright, that
sci-fi
doesn't-
thrillers, right?
Yeah,
It's pretty much
sci-fi,
everything in the last
sci-fi,
10 years.
horror, and action movies do that, and it's like oh yeah,
Found
great.
footage movies.
There's some explosions and stuff. Awesome, great, awesome trailer. The fucking Star Wars Force Awakens trailer is exactly how you make a good movie trailer. Put in a little bit of fan service, put in a little bit of like what the characters are doing, maybe an explosion here and there, some cool fucking sound effects and stuff like that. Get me hyped for the movie, and tell me nothing about what the story is about. I have no idea what The Force Awakens is going to be about. Nobody knows what The Force Awakens is going to be about, and that's awesome. That's how you should do it, because I don't want to go in knowing anything about what this story is going to be.
You can only do that for a Star Wars movie, though.
Well,
No,
the
you
issue,
can't
they,
do
they are
Vikings.
gonna probably have bad trailers soon. Like these
might,
are
yeah.
the two trailers are still only teaser trailers.
Yeah.
So that gives
What I
you
mean
the
is,
clue.
people care to find out the premise at the movie theater because it's a Star Wars movie. But if you want to sell a movie nobody's ever heard of, you need to know the premise most of the time.
Well, you can know the premise. I understand. Well, that teaser trailer still gives away the premise. It's about Luke. Luke says the line from Return of the Jedi. You know, the Force is strong in my family. My sister has it. I have it. And then he says a line that's not in the Return of the Jedi quote. He says, "And you have it." Or you have it too. So that gives you basically the premise. There's a new Jedi. There's a new guy who's going to be trained.
Dude, why do
and
I
that's
care?
the whole
There's
thing.
so many Jedis in the freaking last trilogy.
See, that's the thing, is that just forget the new trilogy ever
cares?
happened, because there are like thousands
Sometimes they have
of
purple
Jedi.
lightsabers, sometimes they have yellow lightsabers, sometimes they have 65 arms that all have lightsabers in them. They all have lightsabers. Who
Yeah.
cares?
See, that's the new trilogy is garbage. In the original trilogy, like, lightsabers were a very rare commodity, as were Jedis. There were like 3 or 4 of them.
Brr.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said it funny.
So, did they retcon the new trilogy out of existence?
No, they didn't. But they did retcon
So-
the expanded universe.
You can't say that then.
What do you mean? That there aren't a lot
They're
of
not a
Jedis?
rare commodity again because that still exists.
No, they probably are. I mean, this only takes place like 20, 30 years after the original trilogy, right? So I mean,
So they killed all the Jedis and took their lightsabers away?
well,
Is
no,
that the
all
idea?
the Jedi were dead by the beginning of A New Hope, basically, except for like
Uh-huh.
a few scattered throughout the universe. So.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Luke probably has a new Jedi temple, and he's probably, training new
Did they
Jedi,
kill Samuel L.
but-
Jackson?
Yeah, Samuel Jackson dies.
Oh, I forgot.
He died in the third one. Everyone
They
died.
did they kill the younglings?
Yeah, they killed the younglings.
Darth
Darth Vader did that, yeah.
Honestly, the second and third one were like hallucinations that washed over me. Actually, the beginning of the third one was not awful.
No, yeah.
Sorry, the first and second one were awful. The third one was okay.
Third one was alright, yeah. But not, like, it was okay for, like, a movie, sorta, but it was an awful Star Wars film. Like, it was real bad. But it was, that one at least is watchable. The first two are just, like... I actually watched it the other day, because Maul made me watch Attack of the Clones after much convincing.
How'd you do that?
She took a long time to convince me, and she initially
That was
wanted
the
to
worst
watch
one
through-
by far.
No, I think Phantom Menace was the worst one. By
Really?
far.
I can't
Yes.
stand Attack of the Clones.
Dude, Phantom Menace has the entire Jar Jar Binks story arc.
I know.
That one is clearly the worst one. In the second,
failed love story though, and
yeah,
like
that
all
one's
that
really bad.
awkward
But
shit.
at least the bad love story happened. But at least I didn't hear "Misa, so sorry, Mister Obi-Wan Kenobi." Like, shut the fuck up, Jar Jar. Can you just slip on that thing and then fall off a balcony and never exist ever in the universe ever again? Oh god, why did they think Jar Jar Binks was a good idea? And then the shitty kid with the pod. I mean, the pod racing
You
itself
know
was pretty
why they-
cool, but the shitty kid, like, oh yeah, I'm Anakin and I'm sad about my mom and being a slave and stuff. It's like, I don't give a shit when Luke or when fucking Anakin is like, I want him to be a badass Darth Vader. Like, ugh.
You very specifically know why they put Jar Jar Binks in that movie. It was to appeal to a kid's demographic and sell fucking plush dolls of him. That's why he exists in that movie. He's the comic relief. They position him that way very intentionally.
Yeah.
The whole tone of those 3 movies followed sort of the Harry Potter premise, where it's supposed to be like you grew up with them.
Yeah.
Only they did it across 3 movies, and it was really heavy-handed and awful.
Yeah. Actually, like in the second movie, we were watching this shitty love story, and I was just like, I was like yelling, like, give me a fucking break. Like, there's like one line where he's like, it just hurts because I'm so in love with you. Like, oh, shut the fuck. Who wrote this? A 5-year-old? Was it like a 6-year-old man?
His face, too. He looked like he was shitting half the time when he was delivering his lines.
God, it was so bad. There are a few shining points in those films, though. Namely, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, who did a brilliant job. Man, that's it.
That's it.
I'm trying to think of other ones.
The other one was pretending it's not weird that Samuel L. Jackson's a Jedi.
Yeah, well, he was pretty cool.
Oh,
Mace Windu was
really...
a badass.
That's true.
I
can't see Samuel L. Jackson.
I love that guy. He's a great actor. It just didn't match for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I saw this guy in Pulp Fiction. What is he doing in this fucking Disney movie, basically?
Yeah.
Like, it's too weird of a role. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a Disney movie. I'm just saying it's like it was presented.
It is now.
Well, it is now, but at the time it wasn't. I'm sorry.
not.
I just need to explain everything because the comments are
Yeah,
good.
that's true. But yeah, it's and then General Grievous is just like I don't care.
That's the arms guy?
Yeah, it's Arm Lord. Spider.
He's a robot, right?
Yeah.
He's a general, but he's a robot.
The robot general.
Obi-Wan, though, like, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan was really good. Like, he was... And, in fact, Obi-Wan was written very well, I'd say. I think he was pretty cool.
No, but what's great is that the swords, the laser swords that they use had 2 sides now, which is going to be really fun for the kids to buy.
Didn't one of them have, like, a curved hilt? Or not curved hilt, but a curved handle?
Oh, yeah, actually, that's another shining point, is Christopher Lee as Count Dooku.
Yeah, I remember that was a pretty cool, like, it doesn't matter, but it was still pretty cool that it was curved. I don't know why.
Oh, because it looks like a fencing thing. He looks like he's fencing instead of, swinging a giant one-handed sword.
Did they do an axe yet?
I want someone to just, like, put a bunch of lightsabers and then tape the bottoms to, like, a ball. So it's just a giant spike ball of lightsabers and roll it down a hill or something.
That'd be interesting.
Well, that last trailer, they were kind of trying to go in that direction, right?
Oh, yeah. He has
they have they have the hand guard. What's weird about the handguard, I've talked about this too when the first trailer came out, which I was not that hyped about. You remember in the Magic episode, actually, it was just like, this it could be interesting. The handguard is weird, and I said this last time too, because, like, in the original trilogy, you see a lightsaber, and you're like, oh, a sweet laser that can cut through anything. That's cool. That seems incredibly dangerous to train with. Won't you fuck up your hand, like, really easily? And Star Wars was always like, no, you don't need a handguard. It's fine. You don't need that. And then in the new movie, they show a lightsaber with a handguard, and it's like, so then are we to expect that the Jedi existed for like 10,000 years and then never figured out, like, oh yeah, it'd probably be pretty good if we protected our hands?
Maybe there'd be 2 sects that never talked to each other that had different philosophies on the matter.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
Maybe that one dude was a rogue, how Darth Maul was, right?
Maybe the technology to redirect the light of the lightsaber is a very difficult technology.
Maybe he used the rare unobtainium crystal, which always diverts it in 3 different directions at once.
I actually really hate Avatar. It's not a good movie, man.
It's a rare crystal that you can tell because of the name, Rob. That's how you know. It's for you. So you know, every time you talk about it, that it is rare.
Honestly,
to help you.
The way that story progresses in Avatar is about as bad as the new trilogy of Star Wars.
Oh, it's not
Luckily,
that bad.
No. It is. The only thing is, the story progression in Star Wars is only, like, emphasized by how bad the dialogue is written. at least like the dialogue in Avatar at least was not written poorly. Story progression was like just as bad. It was bad.
I like the part where they have sex with their spinal columns in Avatar. That's pretty cool.
They don't. That's the deleted.
I'm
scene.
sorry, the dreadlocks, right? It was their dreadlocks.
It's a deleted scene though.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yes.
Why do I know about it? Because I don't think I ever watched the DVD.
Maybe you saw a video about it.
Oh, maybe.
That wasn't in the.
Or maybe I just guessed.
So if they have sex with their dreadlocks, then does that mean that they have sex with those dragons every time?
Okay, that was why
Yes.
it was snooze because that's probably why they took it out too.
Yeah, they're just fucking the dragon every time.
Well, for sex doesn't mean what you think it means. Right? It's not the same level. It's not procreation sex, it's intimacy sex, or it's connection sex.
That's still
I
real
don't want
weird.
to talk about this.
Yeah, that's still.
No, you're bringing all your
still
human
weird.
issues to
Yeah.
blue people issues.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Sorry, do they have a name? Like,
I
The
don't know.
Navi.
Navi, right.
Not a sincere, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or the fairy from Ocarina of Time. She
Right.
really gets around.
She's also blue.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why the connection's made.
Mm-hmm.
Can she fuck a dragon too?
I think she has, yeah. Volvagia.
Volvagia? Did she fuck with? That's
think
a
she did.
fan fiction I want to read.
Hotel?
Navi X Volvagia. Gonna fuck him right in the Volvagia.
Exactly, yeah. The Volvagina.
What is happening? I've gone so far off the rails now. I don't know what's happening.
Well, we're actually at an hour and 30 minutes, so we should probably end on a fairy fucking a dragon.
End on fairy dragon and sex.
You know what's funny about that is we imagine that the dragon is the one that's not doing the fucking. That's the part that's getting fucked by the fairy. So.
Right.
That's,
The dominant fairy
yeah.
that is like
With
4
its-
tons less heavy than
Yeah.
the dragon.
Using its light penis to penetrate the vulva.
It's also like a lady, right? It's like a lady penetrating a man in that case.
I think
Wait.
Volvagia might be a girl, actually.
Oh,
I-
all right.
Oh shit, I don't know now, and that makes me sad because I'd like to think that I would know that.
Mm.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
look
anybody can penetrate anybody they want. You could be a dragon, you could be a fairy, you
up- look
penetrate
at the
everything.
Zeldapedia.
That's true.
Yeah, look at the Zeldapedia, the
Oh, look at
Hyrule.
Zeldapedia.
Oh,
Well, new
Magic,
magics every Monday and Friday. Let's not increase this level of fan fiction that needs to be happening here.
Ocarina-
Oh, it is a
Yeah.
dude.
It's
It's
a
a fucking
dude?
dude.
Volvagia's
Yeah,
a
it's a
dude?
dude.
Ah, lame.
So it's a lady fucking a dude. It's like pegging then.
Is Navi a lady? I guess, yeah.
You know, in some animal relationships, it happens that way.
Are we really gonna bring
I'm
science? into
just
this, Rob?
saying, you know,
We're really gonna bring
they-
science into this
The-
bag
was
of
it
fairy
the
relationship?
octopus?
Maybe fairies and dragons are compatible. That's all I'm saying.
They have like octopus
They're
have
in
like
the
a
same egg
barb,
group.
right?
There's
They
some
shoot the
weird,
barb through it.
There's some weird sex that happens in the animal kingdom. Like for instance, anglerfish, which are those really weird fish that have the really long
They have a
teeth
light.
and the light on their head. You know, those ones, you think of the anglerfish, those are all the females. The ones with the light on their head and the giant teeth. The
Sure.
males are tiny. Like they're little tiny like tadpole-like things. And the way that they impregnate the women is they attach to their skin and then dissolve into them, killing themselves but impregnating the lady.
Yeah. No, I can relate to that feeling.
Was that's how Navi would do it? She'd just
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she would just attach
You
to Volvagia.
Dissolve into the dragon and
Yeah.
impregnate it. The male dragon. Well, seahorse is the male's.
That's
carrying
I
the
was gonna
baby,
say,
so-
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
actually, on the theme of seahorses, where like the males get
On
impregnated,
the theme. of
where,
seahorse.
where the males get impregnated by the females. I always thought about that. Like, is there any kind of scientific precedent for that being the only thing that does that, or did like one scientist who was like really egotistical fuck it up one time and was like, no, but it's totally the male. Like it's the man. He's the one getting impregnated by the female.
You mean they've never checked the seahorses after the time that one scientist
No,
checked
I'm
it?
just
Is that what
saying,
you're
like,
saying?
maybe he's just calling it that and doesn't. There's no scientific.
Oh, he
backing
just
for
can't.
it.
He can't sex the seahorses properly.
Well, yeah,
so
like he
no
fucked
one
it up
knows.
at first, and he was like, "Oh,
He
that's
fucked it.
weird," and then.
So we've just been calling him male the whole time.
Yeah, and it's just like some guy didn't want to.
No one bothered to
like
check.
He fucked up. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's like many marine biologists out there.
I'm sure, but you know. Anyway, Mondays and Fridays, new magic, seahorses, fuck on the next one. Leave
just
your
happens.
comments down below.
Seahorses, fuck dragons.
Yeah, they do. It'll be a good time. Like Cedra. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Dissolve into
Go
your
fuck
skin.
yourself.
Bye, guys.
Dissolve into your own skin.
Stop it.
Bye.
This is Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.